The first step for your operator is to run the all-team meeting. This is a meeting that you have every single week on Monday with the entire team. Now, this doesn't include your contractors. It really is your primary team. I mean, it could include your contractors. It's really everyone that is working on the day-to-day elements of your business. Now, depending on where your business is at, you might be the one that is running this meeting, but your operator is the one that is taking the notes and making sure that they've got a scope of everything that needs to be done for the week, so they can be checking in on all of the team members to make sure that everything is being done. So you want this to be a standing meeting on Mondays that is a non-negotiable. Like it's like church. You show up every single week to this meeting and nobody ever misses it because it's the most important meeting of the week. Now, most meetings end up being just brainstorming sessions or just a time to kind of air out problems. And there are proper times for all of that. But this meeting is about getting informed, getting problems solved, communicating the pertinent information for the week, and then delegating tasks. That's it. And if it's outside of the scope of any of those four things, then it doesn't belong in this meeting. It belongs in an ad hoc meeting that you can schedule some other time during the week. The key is to stay focused. I've seen a lot of all-team meetings lasting 90 minutes, 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours long every single week, and there's no reason for that. Once you have a system in place to properly communicate and delegate everything that needs to be done, it really shouldn't take more than an hour. And in my business right now, sometimes this meeting only takes 30 minutes to deploy. So let me show you how this meeting works. So what you're going to do is you're going to set up a meeting in ClickUp that is the operations meeting. This meeting is going to exist inside of your operations department in your workflow space. Now, if you don't have ClickUp, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link for you down below where you can download ClickUp for free. And then I'm also going to give you a template for you to operate the workflow board that you see here that is going to tie all of this stuff together. That resource will be there for you down below. So in this meeting, it's 4 very simple steps. We go over highlights, announcements, issues, and tasks. And so for highlights, we talk about all the wins that the company had. Call attention to your team members of everyone who did a great job, completed a project, really went above and beyond, and generate like praise and gratitude for your team. Because if you don't celebrate your wins, it's going to be really difficult to engage in the challenges in the business, because then it actually feels like work as opposed to progress. And there's a big difference between the two. So in highlights, we put in, we met our KPIs, we made a big sale, we got a big account, a couple clients, a client really won, or whatever it is, or you overcame a big problem. Next is in announcements. And in the announcements, these are the things that you want to communicate to your team that's not really a discussion. It really is just, these are some new things that the team needs to know. For instance, maybe you implemented a new Slack channel in the business, or maybe you're launching a new product, or maybe you're going to do a launch for a challenge or a new masterclass. This is the place where you come to inform all of your team on the updates of the business. These are not discussion points. These are just a communication of what's new, so everyone's up to date and everyone is fully informed on any of the changes, adjustments that are made in the company. Next, you want to go over issues. In issues, what you do is the very first thing that you do in the issues is you go into your board here and you take a look at the blocked tasks that are in your workflow board, and you address every single one of these tasks and ask, why is this stalled? What's standing in the way? And what can we do to resolve this problem? So for instance, I've got in this example, create contracts to make it a seamless, one click. If someone on your team is responsible for that, and they're like, I don't have the username and password for DocuSign, that's what's holding it up. then you solve that problem right away, or you create a task to solve that problem outside of the business or outside of the meeting. If it takes more than 2 minutes to solve, then you simply just the operator makes a task in order for them to solve that problem as soon as the meeting is over. This is not a place to solve complicated problems. It's a place to address them and plan to solve them during the week. So we can simply take the time to address things, not necessarily go into the depths of solving these problems. This is a rabbit hole that your team can get into where you talk about one problem for too long. If this is a longer discussion, then book a 15-minute meeting with whatever team members you need to, or have your operator book a 15-minute meeting so they can go into the depths of those problems. Onboarding a new VA, maybe you need to get their tax information, or maybe you're having challenges adding them to a particular platform. Whatever, solve that problem and paying the bill. Maybe your financial controller or your bookkeeper needs a credit card information, or the billing information in order for them to do that. So once you have gone through all of the issues, then it's time to delegate tasks. What are the things that need to be done this week in order for you to move the needle forward in your business? These are not big picture. These aren't big picture tasks of like new initiatives in the business. Those should be deployed in your quarterly planning or your monthly review. This is just the important tasks that each person needs to take in order for you to move the needle forward in the business this week. Now, the way that this works is you want to make sure that you are bookmarking this meeting in your bookmark bar so it's available all the time, because preparing for this meeting should not be something you do 30 minutes before the meeting. Your operator should be in conversation with you and with the team members, and not only the operator, but all the other team members should be adding things throughout the week as they come up. So instead of sending a million Slack messages of things that need to be addressed or celebrated or announced or solved, you simply just put them in the meeting notes here, and you write the win that you had here, and you tag your name into it so everyone knows who's the one that wrote that. And then in the announcements, we have a new team member, and then you write your name in here, so we know. Issues, it's like we need a new training video. The audio is broken. Put your name in here, and you keep, and this is a running log throughout the week. So by the time that the meeting starts by the time the meeting starts, everyone's ideas are in one place and they're ready to be discussed. Now, as you're going through the meeting, you say, okay, we acknowledge the win that Spencer had, and you simply just cross it off. We've got a new team member, welcome, we cross it off. Then it's like we have a new training video because the audio is broken, and so it's like, all right, well, we need to create a new training video, and then we highlight this and make it a task. And then so we put this into delivery. We assign it to the right person. Gary's going to create that training video. And now this creating a new training video has now gone into the workflow board, as you can see here in the delivery space. You can see creating a new training video is in here. This is really, really important because so often we have meetings that we talk about things that need to be done, but no one really knows where to take notes, and things end up slipping through the cracks, and then you end up having the same exact meeting next week as you had this week, making the previous meeting completely worthless. Where things slip through the cracks is between idea. So idea to communication, things slip through the cracks, and the way we solve that is by writing our ideas as they come up. So by the time that the meeting arrives, all of your thoughts are in one place. Then another place where things slip through the cracks is through discussion and planning. That we solve that by creating tasks immediately once we come up with a solution. And then the last place where tasks slip through the cracks is between planning and execution. And so when we go into this create a new training video, it's in the task queue, but we could say, hey Gary, when is this gonna get done by? Put it in your calendar for Friday. And he's like, okay, it's in the calendar. It's in the calendar now. Great, it's scheduled. And now we know when we take a look at the workflow that Gary has got this scheduled for tomorrow to create this training video, and now your operator is going to have his finger or her finger on the pulse of what everyone is working on at any particular time. And so they'll know, like, is this a task to be scheduled? Is this a critical task that's got to get scheduled this week? Is it already in the schedule? And are there any issues holding this person back from executing this task? And as long as everyone is executing the system properly, then your operator will know exactly where all the projects, all the tasks are in time. So when it comes time for them to report to you, that they will have all of the information that they need in order to let you know what's going on and how you can solve that problem. So be sure that everyone attends this meeting. You do it at the same time every single week. You create a meeting agenda just like this. You have it bookmarked in your bookmark bar, and then it populates throughout the week. Start from top to bottom. Don't get sidetracked. Don't spend more than a couple minutes discussing each issue. If you need more time than that, then you book a call or you book a task and have it done outside of this meeting. This is just a place for the team to discuss what's going on in the business, solve problems, and delegate tasks so everyone can work autonomously and know exactly what needs to get done during the week, so you don't have to micromanage and ask people, where is this task? Where's the progress of this task? Everything's just in the system and ready to be executed throughout the week. So by the time you get to next week, everything's done and you can move forward to the next set of tasks that need to be done. And that is how you have an all-team meeting.